Hello there, chaps. So, today from the title, you will be gauging there is something a bit iffy with Liquidsky. Now, their three price plans tell you, sorry about the notification there, their three price plans tell you that the first one will have a couple issues here and there, but for the most part it's been fine. So here you can see on the screen, this is Paladins. Paladins is a relatively easy game to play. I have a laptop with the i3 generation, the 7th generation i3, so it's not that strong, but it can play Paladins at 60 frames per second on low, about 45 to 60 on the medium settings. We have here the world settings at high, but general textures in low. So I was coming onto here, I figured, you know what, I will test it for people. I'm getting some of these videos out now, and we will see what it can do. And I was quite shocked and also a bit disappointed because I tried this yesterday and it was okay, it was fine. I come back today, there's the free update, and it's like something's happened with the system. I've put fraps on the actual Liquidsky system here, and it's telling us 60 frames per second in the menus. It's meant to be capped at 60. That's fine, good, all dusted. However, when I actually come to the gameplay, which you're going to see here, it just went horrendous. For some reason, the lower tier system can't play Paladins, where even, an Intel integrated system these days can play it. So I will leave this with you to have a look at. Initially, I was just doing it to test the latency, and not so much to test it. I already know the latency is great, but not quite there for first-person shooters just yet. And especially if you play at high speed, it will wreak havoc for you. If you're a low-speed mouse gamer, sensitivity, sorry, then you should actually be fine with it. It's honestly that good. And if you were playing with games with a controller, I think you'd be perfectly fine. But it is what it is. So as you can see here, we are in the game. Ignore any jitteriness on my end. I'm not sure why OBS likes to do that, but sometimes it does. It was a pain to get OBS to even work with Liquidsky. It's like it's got some safety measures in there that just mean it doesn't want to work. But here you go, take a note here, so have a look, and you'll see it starts dipping into 20s. Now that was already a bit of a concern. Everything's at high, so I was like, okay, maybe I'm pushing it just a bit too much for what is the cheapest system there. It is a I think they said a 3-core model with a 2 gig graphics unit in there, so maybe I am pushing it too far, even though this isn't a demanding game. But so once it gets even worse now, when we go into a firing area, you can see 20, 9, 18, 17 frames a second there. It was too bad to start off with. So I figured world detail, take it down to what I would play on the standard integrated graphics level. And let's have a look. And it still does not seem to pick up at all. This is a bit of a concern for Liquidsky. I know their model says it works for most games, and it's clever usage there of language, but even so, this is a bit worrying to see off the bat, especially when the mid-tier servers are always full and you can never get in, and they just recommend this one. So that's it for today. I'll be investigating this further and we'll have a look into it. I'm out.